going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Mams Taylor joins me. I think we expected a little bit today, but did we expect that much?
No, certainly not. But listen, we've got all the safety precautions in place, and no one got hurt, and it's all good. And thankfully, it's entertainment, and that's what it is. We can't predict some of these guys, but the rivalry between Sharks and Dean the Great is very real, and it's very difficult to predict.
So you're a numbers man, so people will look at that and go, it grows the fight. From your past experience, do events like that actually grow interest in the fight, or is it there was always a core interest anyway? Or do them little things actually kind of click the numbers up, and will more people be tuning into that fight on Saturday night?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, you can't deny it. If you want to ask a honest question, the honest answer is rivalries, storylines create hype, create interest, especially when you can tell that there's a real animosity between the two,
I know we haven't got too long, so I'm going to move on to the tag team. You must have been asked this 100 times this week. How the hell does this work? Obviously, I know you're innovative and you're trying new things, but yeah, boxing fans will ask you, how the hell does this work?
There's going to be a rules video on Misfits channel that you can expect to watch tonight. And it will explain everything, but it's pretty dynamic, exciting, and we've tested it out. Derek Chisora was a volunteer for us. He was he made up one of the tag teams.
How did that go?
So smooth and so good, it really was a lot of good action. Look, there is a trial and error element here. I can't say with 100% confidence that it's going to be a smooth thing. I can't say. There's some boxing matches which don't go the way you want. You predict them to be great boxing matches, and then they become boring, or they're laborious and tiring, whatever it's. So I hope that it is what I envision it to be, but I think it's definitely worth trying. And if it is a huge success, it can revolutionize a new section of boxing where people can train to become tag teams, try and block each other from tagging. There's new elements into that, So a lot of people traditionalists will say, it's a joke, it's a mockery of boxing. It's not, it's just an evolution. Things have to move forward and change, and there's a lot of flaws with traditional boxing in the first place. So let's try and improve every avenue we can.
I mean, like I said, I know obviously you guys have tried to be as innovative as possible. Are you kind of in that place as well where you guys know your own lane, you've stuck to it, you're killing it at what you do, but like you said, because of the flaws in boxing, there's also certain things that perhaps you want to make a statement with. So I don't know, a lot of people will say it's just kind of interrupting professional boxing because you're killing it in your own lane. But there's kind of things boxing can learn as well, I guess. Yeah,
totally. Look, I think we can all coexist happily. And I'm a big boxing fan, and I've taken a lot of inspiration from boxing, and I've got a lot of heroes in boxing, as well as other combat sports. So ultimately, it's just we're doing our thing. And if you don't don't watch. It's that simple. You don't have to watch. Listen. Do you subscribe to DAZN, yeah? Do you subscribe to any other channels?
I've got Sky Sports, BT as platforms, but not streaming services.
Okay, so even Netflix. You got Netflix, right? Do you watch everything on Netflix? Do you complain if there's something you don't really like on Netflix? Okay, same thing. Just don't fucking watch. Watch what you like. And if it's not something you're interested in, then just don't watch and don't complain. Use your energy for something positive instead,
That's the best analogy. I've heard of it. Superb. Like I said, I haven't got too long, but there is so much I can ask you. Just got to quickly cover the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury situation, and of course where KSI fits in. Just from an event perspective and a fight perspective, your take on Saudi Arabia?
I think it was very entertaining. I think it was a good fight. Love the Badu Jack fight as well. Banger, yeah. But yeah, I think it was Tommy's a decent boxer, and he showed Jake that there are levels to this. It's not as easy as he thinks to get in there with the likes of Canelo and whoever else he's been talking about getting. That's his goals, which I admire, by the way. I think you have to have delusional goals to some degree to further yourself. So, I think it's a good wake-up call, and it also bridges the gap in people's perception between the difference between KSI and Jake Paul, because it's really, it's not what people think, you know.
And KSI obviously will be so involved in the future of all of this at the top end. His name was never going to kind of be lost in all of this, although it was all about Jake and Tommy for that week. Where does KSI fit in now? Obviously, we can't wait to see him back, and we know it's going to be something big. KSI versus Jake, KSI versus Tommy, they will happen.
Yeah, I think they will. I think that as long as Jake doesn't have a rematch with Tommy and lose the rematch, that kills the excitement, you know. So the thing to do here is KSI Jake Paul. That should be next for Jake. And then, you know, and then depending on who wins, then that person fights Tommy. That makes the most sense to me, you know.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife for saying completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.